All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you probably till about 5 o'clock. Yeah, it's going to be short today. It is going to be short, but I am here. Let me start, of course, by saying hello to everyone. I want to say hello to everyone. Robert Willis, first out the gate. Good afternoon, sir. Dina Johnson. The Angels getting in early. She says first. And of course, we know she's representing Walnut Hills. She might not be in Walnut Hills right now. But good afternoon, Dina. Maria Smith, representing North College Hill. Maria, thank you. Thank you for taking some time to spend and just say hi. I appreciate it. Karen Williams, good afternoon, representing the West Side. Karen, thank you as well. I appreciate y'all. Really, I do. So good afternoon. Tanika in the house. Tanika says second. She's not second, but she's second on Facebook. Good afternoon, Tanika. My lovely, beautiful, talented friend. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. That rounds out the top 5, don't it? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That rounds out the top 5. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for checking me out. I appreciate y'all. Vincent Jones, representing Blue Ash. Good afternoon, Vincent. Thank you. Got Anthony Prosser in the house. Good afternoon, Anthony. Thank you. Erica Hummins. Erica Hummins, treating me like I'm nobody. You're supposed to be in the top 5 every day, but you're not in the top 5. I'm just nobody now to you, huh, Erica? That's how we doing it? No, Erica, thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate you. She's representing Reading, by the way. Al Johnson in the house says Middletown. Do they say Middletown like that in Middletown? I feel like in Middletown, the black people would be like, Middletown. Thank you for checking us out, Al Johnson. Got Jacqueline Carter in the house, representing Evanston. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Ben Thomas in the house. Ben Thomas in the house, representing Blue Ash. All right. Good afternoon. Tanika, today, for the top 5, or at least for the number 5 pick, I'm giving them a Tanika baked lemon cake. So you got to bake yourself a cake. And then that's from me. You're welcome. Let's see. Steban Speed. Good afternoon, Steban. Good afternoon. Ben says about to roll up and watch the thunderstorm. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But did I already say Ben? Yeah, Ben. He's representing Blue Ash. Dwayne Larkin in the house representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Steban says he's representing Westwood, by the way. Sierra Brooks. Good afternoon. Says she's the first Sierra to check in. That don't count. But thank you. Thank you for checking us out. Tanika, I want the yellow t-shirt. Oh, Lewis Talbert, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Lewis Talbert. Thank you for checking us out. Andrea Bussell from a stormy Gulf Manor. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Fame says he's here and he plans to talk cuss, from Gross Beezy. Fame, thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate you. Fame, is that your real first name, Fame? That feel like a made-up name. That's like a radio name. But it feel like, I'm not saying it is, so I'm asking, is that your real first name, Fame? But thank you for checking out the show, whether it's your real first name or not. I appreciate you. Daryl Carpenter says, present and ready to talk S. Why y'all cussing today? Why's the spirit of cuss on the show already? And I don't cuss. I don't know what's up with that. Daryl, thank you for checking out the show. Ibadathia. Like, yeah. Oh, so you're like I'm slow. Y'all know I'm slow. You're probably like a Hebrew Israelite. Yah is in the name. I just caught on to that. Shalom. Thank you for checking out the show. Brenda, representing Fairfield. Good afternoon, Brenda. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. DeAndre Crosby. Good afternoon, DeAndre. Good to see you as well. Bonita Gaines, representing Roselawn. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Got Janice in the house, my favorite Janice in the house, Janice Robertson. I always want to say Janice Robinson, but it's not Robinson, it's Robertson. I know, all y'all knew that. All y'all can read. I'm slow. Sorry. Good afternoon, Janice. Shahira Shine. Good afternoon. Storms rolled in for real. They did. She's representing Bond Hill. Nikki Carter in the house. Good afternoon, Nikki. I appreciate you checking us out. Got Latanya Chichester. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out as well. Naiwusi. I don't know that I like the way that name sounds. Something about it, Naiwusi. But if that's the name, who am I to judge? Simba, good afternoon, Black Lion. Good afternoon. I appreciate you. Daryl said, I want to add another R&B album that was good from beginning to end. The group Troop, the Attitude album. Okay, I have to go back and listen to it, or at least go back and pull it up and look at the track listing. All right. Regina Denson Griffin, representing Madisonville. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Got Carolyn Smith. Good afternoon to you. Albert Caldwell, not to be confused with Andre Caldwell. Andre Caldwell is the I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I will love a woman. That's not you. You're Albert. That's probably your cousin. Distant cousin. You don't know him maybe, but he probably your cousin. Albert, thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate you. Oh, let's see. Ann Rogers. Ann Rogers says, peace. Peace be unto you as well, Ann. Peace be unto you as well. And thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate you. Lonzo Clark, say what's up. What's up, Lonzo? What's up? Thank you for checking out the show. Pamela Kinney out there in North Avondale. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. DBZ. I ain't seen or heard from you in forever. Hope everything is going all right. Hope everything is going all right. I meant to call you when I got fired. I know it's been a long time. It's been years. But I remember when you got fired for the same thing, and they didn't fire me until, almost a year or two later for what they fired you for early on. And I meant to call you just to say, they got me. But now that you're here, they got me. Good to hear from you, and thank you for checking out the show. Ken, representing Virginia, although he's from Cincinnati. You represent wherever you at right now, bro. I keep telling you that. Don't try to change the rules. I didn't make the rule. It just is what it is. It's some stuff we can't do nothing about. We just can't do nothing about it. Regina Denson Griffin, representing Madisonville. Good afternoon. Black Russian. He's representing I-75. I want to talk about that I-75 in a minute, Black Russian. But thank you for checking out the show. Scott Bain says he's last. He's representing West Walnut Hills. It's a shame that I know what WWH stands for. Scott, thank you for checking out the show. Y'all know this is my favorite part of the show. It's almost over. So take time. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Because once this part of the show is over, the hellos, the show is downhill. So take time and enjoy this part of the show. Let's see. We need the details about your re-entry. We'll talk about that as well. Chelsea, or Chelsea. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. That's my niece, y'all. I appreciate you, Chelsea. When you're down there, just do not get me kicked out the family again. That is your whole job while you're down there. Smooth everything over so that I never get excommunicated from the family again. Just so you know, that is your role. And if I do, by some chance, get kicked out the family again, That's your ass. All right. Let's see. Lamont Jones. J Love, I want to clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. Oh, that was funny. Ronald Dixon. The memory was funny, not necessarily the terrible impersonation. Ronald Dixon, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let me see. I think that's it. I think that's everybody. I think that's everybody. I think that's everybody. Nat Turner. Good afternoon, Nat Turner. He's representing Madville, if I recall. Thank you for checking us out. Valisa Lovett. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Brent Beard in the house. Checking in from I-30 East in the middle of nowhere, Texas. All right. Good afternoon. If you get excommunicated, you are not to be excommunicated. Because my plight is more important than your plight. So you got to just suck it up and not become excommunicated. All right, that's it. That's hello to everybody. Hello, everybody who didn't say hello. I appreciate you all as well. Ed Tolbert in the house. What up? I appreciate you guys as well, even though you don't interact with me. I still love you. Let's see, what do we talk about first? If you're in Cincinnati, you know, kind of in the middle of Cincinnati, kind of the heart of the city, it's raining. And it's raining hard. And, you know, that happens from time to time. From time to time it rains. From time to time it rains hard. Thunder, lightning, big rain, heavy rain. Sometimes you have to drive in it. I went down to pick up that little baby. On the way down, no rain. I saw the thunder and lightning in the distance, so I knew it was coming, but no rain. Get there, park. Soon as I park to pick her up, the heavens open. Rain is coming. It's all good. I leave, coming, you know, on 75. It's coming down really hard. So people are driving. I think we were, and wasn't like heavy traffic. I mean, of course, there's heavy traffic going south, but not going north where I was. There was no heavy traffic, but we were only driving about 20 miles an hour. I looked at the speedometer, 20 miles an hour. That's how hard it was raining. People were driving 20 miles an hour, and it felt a little too fast. Y'all know how it is when you in the car and it's raining so hard that you might as well just go ahead and turn off the windshield wipers because they don't have time to do nothing. They really do, but it feel like they don't. And you know, see the cars and whatnot and everybody's driving. So, and of course, the most frustrating thing happens to me. About 4 cars in front of me are driving with their hazard lights on. Y'all don't know how much that frustrates me. I know it's not necessarily reasonable. There's nothing wrong with putting your hazard lights on, I guess. It's not against the law, I don't think. But, y'all, we know it's raining. We're in the rain. We know you hit. Why are your hazard lights on? Turn your lights on. That way we can see the lights of your car. We're all driving slow. Why are your hazard lights on? It's a small thing to somebody. To a normal person, it's probably a small thing. To me, I couldn't focus on driving thinking, turn off your damn hazard lights. Oh my goodness, it frustrates me. Hold on, Vernon. Hold on, let me get this out and then it just be over. It frustrates me. I really should be thankful because what it does is it tells me as a person, you can't drive. You can't drive. And I probably need to stay away from you because you're going to do some reckless stuff. and make me have an accident, and then I'll be the one looking like I can't drive. It says the hazard lights are to remind idiots. Why did you do it like that? Why did you write out idiots like that? And that we was all going slow. You don't have to remind us to slow down. Can't none of us see. And if I'm just gonna recklessly drive in those conditions, your hazard lights ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, it just frustrates me so. Okay, I got it out of my system. I'm okay now. See how that works? Just you say it, you get it out, and then it'll be over. All right. Secondly, I'm back. I'm back on the buzz. I'm no longer blocked. Somebody, I have an idea who it was. Somebody did the right thing. And whoever it was, even though I think I know who it was, whoever it was, thank you just for doing the right thing. Whether you like me or not, whether you appreciate me or not, thank you for doing the right thing. And then I don't have to do all of that other stuff that I was talking about yesterday. I didn't want to do it, but it was just one of those things where, you felt like I felt like it would have needed to have been done. And yeah, it was quick. It happened quick. I think what happened was, and this is just me thinking, ain't nobody called me and apologized or nothing. I would spend a lifetime. I'm not thumbs upping. I'm just doing this. I guess I could see how it could confuse the two. But I think what happened was somebody watched the show yesterday and they realized that what I was saying was very true. Like literally everything I said was true in terms of the blocking, the persons who may or may not have done the blocking, the fact that it wasn't justified, and the other stuff that could come based on different actions and words and all of that kind of stuff. I think people realized that what I was saying was true. And they're like, why even deal with the drama of all of that? Let's just do the right thing. And I'm glad that the person that did it did the right thing. James says, why was you blocked from the buzz? I was blocked from the buzz. I don't want to go into, because I'm not trying to necessarily, what they kick the hornet's nest or whatever they say about the hornet's nest. I'm not really trying to do that. But I will tell you why I was blocked, or at least I'll tell you what led up to the blocking. This was back during the Republican convention. During the Republican convention, the host mentioned something about the Republicans being, Milwaukee? They up in Milwaukee. Well, the Republicans is up in Milwaukee. It's a lot of womanizing and drinking and womanizing going on. Something along those lines. And my response was, two of your favorite things. That's it. That's what got me blocked. Those are two of your favorite things. That's it. Like, look, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. I'm not abusive to people. I don't, this was number one. It wasn't thumbs up. I didn't mean to do it again. I'm not abusive to people. I don't talk dirty. I'm not mean. I don't threaten people. None of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it was unjustified. Now, the real why I got blocked, somebody don't like me. There's a certain somebody that they don't like me. I respect that there are a lot of people out there in the world who've been exposed to me who don't like me. I'm just not the most likable guy in the world. And I'm comfortable with that. But blocking people for nonsense, like, come on, there should be, set some standards. And then you say, if you do these things, we might have to block you to protect the integrity of our, space in, this social media, all of that kind of stuff. Set some standards, not ridiculous standards like if you don't agree with me, but set some standards. But it can't just be arbitrarily, I don't like that guy, block. Because it's a corporation. It's a corporation. And I'm sorry they have different standards than, say, me. You know what I'm saying? If I just don't like you and you come in here and I just don't like you, you say something that I don't like, and I block you, it's me. It's my stuff. I'm not no corporation. And when it's a corporation, you know what I'm saying. So, but with all of that, I'm not blocked. I didn't know. Nobody didn't. When I went on Facebook to kind of check my normal Facebook check, the first thing that popped up was the live stream. And I was like, hold on, am I logged in under one of my fictitious names or something? But no, I wasn't. And it's like, oh, they did the right thing. So that's all I can say. They did the right thing. Somebody said, well, now you ready to apologize for what? Like the black people in Montgomery, you don't apologize to the bus company because you had to boycott them and then they ended up having to do the right thing. No. So there's nothing to apologize for. I got no beef with nobody still. And again, I wish success to everybody there. I say this all the time. I don't know why people don't believe me. I still check out the show because I like talk radio. I like all different kinds of talk radio. I was actually just kind of sharing this with, I think, on Wyatt's show. Because one of the things Wyatt was saying was that one of the reasons that he takes, I want to say he takes the positions that he takes, but that he talks about them in the way that he talks about them is because all day you listening to the radio and they talking about this side of the issue, but nobody's talking about that side of the issue. And so he thinks, bring balance to it and let's talk about that side of the issue. And my thing is, no, that's not true. No. I listen to all of it. And trust me, they're talking about this side over here every day. There are people on the radio all up and down the dial talking about this side. The Democrats got a few people on the radio. The Republicans, talk radio really is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? When there's so many of you that you can kind of drown out the other side, that is really overrun with conservative, so-called conservative, white, Republican, MAGA, racist talk. So, yeah, if you listen to talk radio, you can find more of that than you can of Lincoln. You can find a whole lot more of that than you can of Lincoln. So, yeah. I don't remember why I brought that up. I was talking about the whole situation with the radio station. Oh, I was saying I listened to all of it. Yes, saturated. Thank you, Jericho. I was saying, so I listened to the Lincoln Ware Show. I like the Lincoln Ware Show. I like talk radio. I don't wish anything bad on the buzz on the Lincoln Ware Show, on Lincoln, when Raven was there, Raven, when Terrence is there, Terrence, Chad. I like all of those people. And I'm all over the place on the talk spectrum. So, yeah. So it's nice to just be able to log on and check out however much of the show I'm able to check out, and then check out when I want to check out, without having to go in and, this ain't me, I'm not here. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to make a comment, nah. Plus, I like the fact that to some degree, I'm in a position to give context to some stuff. Like some people earlier today was like, well, why don't they just get some interns and the interns can monitor the chat and this and this and that. And unless something has changed, which is, I have to preface a lot of my stuff by saying that, unless something has changed, you're not going to see that. Because in all honesty, and I don't remember all the details, but I remember when they said something about no interns. It was one of them things where Diddy did something. I don't remember. Again, I don't remember all the details. But for real, and I'm not making this up, Diddy did something with some interns, which as it stands now, we can all believe that. But at the time, it was like, oh, no, maybe them interns was so-and-so, and we don't want to get caught up in no mess. And that was basically the gist of it. Diddy did something with some interns, which caused, I don't know if the interns end up suing or something happened. Diddy did something with some interns, and Radio 1, having watched whatever happened with Diddy and some interns, said, no, we're ending our whole intern program because we do not want that to happen to us. So no interns. No paid interns, no unpaid interns, no, oh, I'm just in school and I'm trying to get some credit. None of that stuff, no more. Sorry, we're not doing any of that. And so they ended, you cannot be an intern there. Like I said, unless something has changed, they're not going to have no interns. They're afraid of whatever it was that Diddy did happening there. And I mean, they've had their fair share. D, who, by the way, I don't know that you want me to tell them that, but D Beezy would know. She said, sure did. They didn't want no smoke. Yeah, they was like, that's it. No more interns. Well, what about the people who in college and they want college credit? They can go somewhere else and get college credit. We not doing no interns. So, yeah, that was the end of it. So, yeah, no, they not bringing in no interns to monitor nothing unless something changed. Yeah, they're not going to do that. And I don't remember what Diddy did. I don't remember. But whatever it was, like I said, it was big enough for them to say, nope, not going to happen to us. So, yeah. Jerica said, oh, you were serious. Yeah. And I was saying all of that to say, I feel like being in the chat, it gives me an opportunity to, kind of enlighten y'all, because I have some information. Of course, some things that I know don't apply anymore because I ain't been there for years. But some stuff, y'all got questions about why this happens and why that happens. I feel like I'm fortunate to be able to say, oh no, this is why they do that way, or this is why they do that. So, I try to add a little something as well as find the funny. Ken says, Emanuel, I say it again. You were supposed to be the replacement of Lincoln Ware. You ran everything and you knew what was to be expected and you had hands-on knowledge of all the callers. I'm pretty sure that there was never a chance, that I was going to end up replacing Lincoln Ware. I would say that was never a chance. DB said, I thought it was in-house, though. There was some in-house issues, but I think up until whatever happened with Diddy, they was like, well, we can kind of handle those. But whatever, I don't know if Diddy got sued and somehow it was really taken serious, and then they looked back on maybe some instances in Radio 1, and then they decided, you know what? Seeing what happened to Diddy and the stuff that we've dealt with, we just gonna end it all, because we could end up like Diddy. Yes, it was some in-house stuff that again I don't want to discuss because there's a couple of in-house cases that I remember that might get me blocked again. So I don't want to discuss those in-house things. But there were corporate-wide and in Radio 1 Cincinnati, there were some things that happened that could have ended really bad. And yeah, they just decided, abort. Shahira says, I can't see Lincoln handing the show over to Emanuel. Whenever he leaves, he's not going to hand it to anyone. They'll make a decision about who does whatever. I have to measure what I say because I'm not anti anybody. But some of y'all's perceptions of the way things work there are bad. Bad just being like wrong. Like y'all do not understand and y'all think y'all do, but y'all really don't understand. Lincoln is not an authority over there. There was a time when he was the program director or the operations manager. Really, when he got moved to the operations manager, that was the end of his authority. But there was a time when there was some authority there. But no, now he's just a guy. He's an employee. He ain't calling no shots. He don't get to decide who produces his show. Of course, he has a say in terms of saying, hey, can I have this guy do my show? And they'll say, oh, yeah. Or they'll say, no. But, it might be good to know or whatever. But, yeah, no, there's no, he gonna do this and then he gonna do this. I want you to do that and you do that. No. He not the boss. He's no one's boss. Like literally no one answers to him. Terrence don't answer to him. Now, Terrence is a good dude, so Terrence like him, and Terrence wants to please him just in terms of, just being a good dude. But no, there's no authority there. Oh my, there are in-house cases there. No, I will not tell. Mary says, that's right. He doesn't own the station. He works there. Right. Kid says, well, it's my opinion. I'm sticking with it. Yeah, no, man. I didn't play, I didn't play along enough. They would never have trusted me enough, if that make any sense. They wouldn't have trusted me. They didn't really have a reason not to, except, I keep going back to the one story of why I would have never been the guy. The one story. It's the same story. When I was supposed to be interviewing Sherrod Brown, Senator Sherrod Brown, and they came to me and said, you have an interview scheduled with Sherrod Brown. Will you be nice? And I said, I'll be professional. And they said, will you be nice? We need you to be nice. So I don't know exactly what nice means, but I'll definitely be professional. And for real, it was a few conversations like, we really need you to be nice. Again, I don't know exactly what that means, but I will be professional. And then next thing you know, okay, you're not doing the interview anymore. Lincoln's going to do the interview. Like that, I'm not, there is a certain something to that I just don't have. I don't have it. So, yeah. I don't know, I don't know how to put it into words, but D, tell her, am I lying? Like, am I exaggerating even a little bit on this? Because I'm gonna have to tell him. Dee worked there, and she was, she knows all of the inner workings and stuff too, and so she can tell you whether I'm exaggerating even a little bit, and I'll tell you I'm not. But she being on the outside, she may have had a slightly different view of it. Yeah. I don't know that I was not a company man. I would say, depending on your standards of what a company man is, I was very much a company man. I did things to protect, the company. Like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't say that. No, that's not good. Like, no, we can't do that. No, we have to do this, so this is going to happen. No, I was very much a company man in the sense of I wanted to protect the company. Yeah. I'm just not, I don't have whatever that is in me. I don't. I just don't. Hold on, let's go to the phones. CK.
Hey, man.
How you doing,
How
CK?
you doing, Livingston?
CK, I'm doing
Man.
good. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing better, man. Man, I'm so glad you do this for the people because I was a little concerned that you might not make it today because of your busy personal schedule you got going on in your own life.
Oh. Well, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I try to make it.
Yeah. But you're doing this shit for the people. You're a
100%
man of the people.
Well, I don't know about being a man of the people, but I do this show for the people. But what's on your mind?
that's
What's on your
Lincoln.
mind? What you got? What we talking about?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about my diet. I ate a salad, and I got a cookie. I got a salted caramel cookie with a salad, boiled egg, turkey. And I wanted to see how you doing on your sugar intake. We've been doing better. I knew you was working on it at the beginning of the year.
I would say I'm doing better than I've ever done, but I done fell off a little bit. Like, I ate 2 pieces of cake this week, and a pack of a little bite-sized pack of Nutter Butter cookies. I guess over the past couple of weeks, I've eaten a bite-sized pack of Nutter Butter cookies, and technically over 2 weeks, I think I've eaten 3 pieces of cake and a pack of Nutter Butter cookies. Now, the reason I say that's much better, because it used to be I would eat 2 packs of Nutter Butter cookies, like the family-size packs, maybe even in a day. So to take one little bite-size thing and to string that over 2 weeks, that's doing really good for me.
Now, I am a cookie monster, champion, a cookie king. Would you place yourself in the same? I mean, are you a cookie monster? Is that part of your thing, or is that the number one? What's your number one sugar vice?
I don't know that I have a number one sugar vice, but I want to say that maybe I would have accepted the label of a cookie monster at some point.
Yeah,
but I don't know that I am anymore. And actually, I got a couple apples upstairs that I intend on eating at some point.
Hey man, them apples, like you said, my thing is the orange. And with the oranges, sir, same type of thing. But I have a cookie fetish, man. I've been hooked on them Insomniacs and Cluck. I mean, they the best in Cincinnati, sir.
Okay.
The best cookies, you know what I mean? And like you say, once I get involved, I just can't stop, man. It's like you say, I go through the whole freaking pack. The whole pack, man.
Well, we gonna pray for you. That's what we gonna do. What else you got? What else you got on your mind?
Oh yeah. No, I just want to see how I feel one day, to be, drug free in my life. Because I've been on drugs, so I can't even remember being sober. So it's like when I call your program and Wyatt's program, it's like it's a feel of sobriety. Now I'm talking to some regular, normal civilians. Because when you use drugs like I do, you're dealing with a lot of street people. You know what I mean? So it feels good to connect with people that's normal, just normal day to day 9 to 5 guys. You know what I mean? And they humble you. But I just want to try to knock it. You know what I mean? Because I see you were struggling with your sugar addiction.
Yeah.
I've been struggling with drug addiction for my whole life, man. And it's like,
now hold on. I have to ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Are you like being for real now, or is this part of the character? And when you say drugs, are you talking like narcotic, drugs?
Yeah,
or are you
yeah.
talking like
Illicit,
sugar and
illegal.
stuff like
Illicit, illegal.
Okay.
Since a young lad.
And this
is, just
again,
caught
this
up
is
in
not,
the lifestyle.
This is not part of the act. You're saying you genuinely have struggled with substance addiction issues.
Yes, we've talked about this on several occasions, Livingston.
Okay, I just had to check, man. I had to check.
Oh, wow. You forgot about what happened to me as a young lad? The abuse? You forgot?
I don't.
You?
I think you might. Well, okay, yes, I forgot because I don't remember you telling me about drug abuse happening to you as a young person. So yes.
You remember severe brain trauma from the Kroger accident when I fell over in the car, cracked my head open. Remember, I was diagnosed as severely retarded as young as 6 years old, and I suffered tremendous abuse, and I got hooked on drugs as a young lad in California. I told you all about it. See, you don't be. That's why I tell you. You be telling me I can listen and talk. No, you can't. You can't even just listen. Because I done told you my life, man, countless times, Livingston.
Okay, again, I don't recall you telling me that you were severely hooked on drugs. I'm sorry that I don't recall that. And so, but apparently you're a relatively high functioning addict.
No, but now, what the hell is a
I mean, you're not, you know what I'm saying? And excuse my language, but you're not out here just sucking dick for drugs now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to work, you know what I'm saying? You have well, I don't know. You do be having a nurse.
Right.
What's that about, by the way?
I get it.
Since we talking and just kind of chatting, what's the whole nurse thing
brother.
about? Like, do you have a nurse? Are you like in a nursing facility or something like that?
No. You know, that's just the employment situation.
I don't know what that means.
No, that's just when you hear that type of stuff, that's colleagues. That's not my service.
That ain't colleagues, bro. I've kind of heard a little bit of that ain't colleagues. Like, that sound like you live in your mama basement, or you live in an assisted living facility and some lady is coming in telling you what to do, and asking you what do you need at this point. That it doesn't sound like, oh, this is a colleague. It sound like, your mama or your nurse, or, you know what I'm saying, the house mom or whatever, telling you what to do.
Your couldn't be further. Your what is it? Analysis, thesis.
Analysis works.
Couldn't be further from the truth.
Okay.
I mean, you're mistaken. You're so far from the truth, like, and you heard the truth. So this is what I say. This is your part of your trauma. You don't even want the truth. You would rather that be true. I told you that's colleagues. You're like, nah, that nigga, he retarded.
Just to say somebody is a colleague, I don't know what that means. They're telling you. I'm fairly certain I hear them telling you what to do.
Don't colleagues tell you what to do?
No, colleagues don't be like, it's time to get off that phone. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. My colleagues ain't never done that. No.
And my colleagues ain't never did that to me.
Like,
that's what your supervisor gonna do.
Hey, bro, do you need an apple before I leave? You sure you don't want me to cut the apple for you before I get out of here? My colleagues have never said that to me.
And you have never heard that in the phone call with me. You're making this. This is just like the allegations against Bill Cosby. You're making them up as you go.
I'm saying I've heard things that lead me to believe that those are the types of conversations that are happening between you and whoever that lady is. But you say she's a colleague. Okay, I'll accept that she's just a colleague. Okay.
You know what I've been going through, man. I died and came back, and I have to work.
And
So you must think I got the money from the insurance company and just living rich as hell.
No, that wouldn't be living rich, but living in an assisted living facility. That would track with I'm a drug addict. I bumped my head when I was a kid. I don't function very well. And, now I have to live in an assisted living facility and this lady be telling me what to do. All of that would track. You're saying that's not the case, but I'm just saying it's not an unreasonable conclusion that one might come to. But if you're saying it's not, then I'll take your word for it.
Remember, you taking credit away. Remember, I was dead. I brought myself up. I did have help along the way. Remember, Wyatt got me the car for 3 months. He had me driving good. You know what I mean? But I still self-proficient. It ain't like I got a nurse. It's all me. I'm staying by myself. Okay. Now my ceiling ain't got no roof right now because of technical difficulty. But other than that, I'm doing good. It's just I'm calling you because I just want to know how it feels to have 1 day of sobriety. I don't know how it feels to be sober, and you sober every day. I want to talk to a sober guy about, possibly feeling one. I just want to feel it 1 day. How I feel to be like cloudly free.
Just do it for 1 day. Just do it for 1 day. I know it's hard because it's hard for me, you know what I'm saying, when I was doing like a whole month of no sweets. It was hard. The cookies was calling me. So I know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to just build up the willpower. Start with just 1 day. Like I'm not tomorrow, don't smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? And then, when it start calling you, go do something else. Go outside, go for a walk or whatever. Just try to build up the willpower 1 day. Just stay really busy. You don't have to stay really big because if you're just sitting there watching TV and your caretaker is watching over you, then you might smoke crack. But if you really busy, when it start calling you, then that give you a fighting chance.
But I'm gonna give you the problem I'll be having with it though. It's the problem I have. I can stop smoking crack, but then I'm gonna try something else.
No, that's what I'm saying. But if you're busy, then there's it's gonna take some willpower. And I'm just talking about just for 1 day. You said you want to experience it for 1 day. I think you might, inside of you, have the willpower to do it. Just you do it. Mm-hmm. It's inside of you.
Now, I have cut out sex, celibate. So sex is difficult, but it's not as difficult as stopping using illicit drugs. I will be honest and tell you that. Stopping sex is easier than stopping illegal drugs. I will be honest and tell you.
I could see
I don't know about stopping sex forever, but just stopping it on a daily. Because you could go without sex for a minute, then you go, I need some.
I can see that, yeah.
That drugs be calling you. The drugs call you like every 5 minutes. You know how to, you know what I'm saying? The sugar calls you like once an hour.
Make some time. Here, this is just, I'm no drug counselor, by the way. Like if you're dealing with addiction issues, I am not the person that's going to help you get off drugs. I don't know nothing about it. And so I can't. But I know when I be struggling with my sugar thing, like I got a few friends that I can call and say, hey, man, let's kick it for the day. And they like, what we going to do? And I plan some different things that we going to do. So I know I'm around people who, trying to live a healthy lifestyle. So if I'm like, hey, let's go get something to eat, and I might even share with them, like, I want to hang out with y'all, partly because I like y'all, but partly to be a distraction from this whole sugar thing. And they like, okay, cool. And then we just kick it that whole day. And yeah, the sugar be calling me. Emmanuel,
Mm-hmm.
Emmanuel. And I'd be like, hey, let's go do
Now,
something.
what you hit? Would you hit something in between? Like, would you hit like a bottle of water or something to get you through an apple, like you said? How you get through that for?
I just got myself busy. Like, hey,
Oh,
let's
no
go,
eating, no
let's go do
consumption, no
something else.
consumption.
Let's go play basketball. Let's go bowling.
Oh, I
Let's
got
go
you.
this. Let's go that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when it comes time, we gonna go get something to eat. Now, y'all know I'm trying to not do the sugar. So then I'm like, yeah, and give me one of them cookies on the side. Like, it's just a cookie. They like, no, thought you wasn't going to do no cookies. And I'm like, you're right. I'm not going to do no cookies. So, they're there to help keep me accountable for that day. Now, they can't be around me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to do that. But if you're like just one day, you might be able to get some people together to help you make it through one day.
Now I agree with you, and I'm gonna really try that because I appreciate you trying to help me. But I'm gonna take you into the world of a drug addict, and what I see, it's a particular drug I try, and I do use it every night. But the reason why I use it, Mr. Livingston, is because when I use this drug, it's like I can analyze it. I can go over my day in slow motion. It's like it brings back my day and plays it, and then you can analyze your day like a movie. This is that's the best picture I could paint for you.
Okay, I don't know what the drug is, but I would say try to do that without the drug.
What? You do that in your mind?
I don't know that I do, but I'm sure I could if I wanted to.
You can look back. Cause that's why I always tell you, like, when me and you be talking, I'll be like, man, did you hear the dude you was just talking to? And you always be befuddled. But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, this man been talking. He don't even know what the man said.
Well,
that's what you just proved with me.
No. I live in the moment, and for the most part, I have fairly decent retention of events and conversations that happen around me. So, yeah, it's not one of those things that I have to, really concentrate to remember what the person just finished saying.
Hello, how you doing? All right. See, that was one of them right there. See, that's what I'm saying. But your retention, I like that word retention. So that means being able to hold in the memory?
Yes. Being able to recall. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I can put it in my either short or long-term memory, and then I can recall it fairly well. Yes.
Okay, so that's the problem. And thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, because I do have short-term. See, I told you when I go to work, when I leave the house, I have a whole time finding my keys every time. So that was part of my injury. So I don't have good brain. So you say you have high brain retention while I have low brain retention.
Well, I didn't say you have low retention. You said you have low retention. I think I'm fairly good with remembering stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm fairly bad. Yeah. As far as the short term, like I can't remember where I just put the keys at. That type of. So you don't lose your keys when you go at home.
No, I lose my keys all the time.
So you do have short. What is going on?
But that's not. I have a place where I typically sit my keys when I come in. I typically sit them right there, and it's not even something that I think about. So if I come in and I'm rushing and I sit them somewhere else, again, not thinking, like say, excuse me, y'all, this might be TMI. Like say I come in, I really gotta pee, right? I've been drinking a lot of water, and I was stuck in traffic, and I really gotta pee. And so I come in and I'm rushing, and boom, I just throw my keys over there because I'm running in the bathroom and trying to get my pants unbuttoned, and then then I pee. I'm not thinking about where I put my keys, and then I go about the rest of my day. And then when it come time to grab my keys, I'm looking where they normally are because I wasn't focused on where I put them. But that's not a matter of, oh, you got great retention or bad retention. That's just a matter of normal human beings do that from time to time.
Come on now. Hold on. That was a great soliloquy because I'm on the third floor. So I went through the exact same movie you went through, Tubi. Same thing. Like they don't understand when you over 45, it's not, I have to use the restroom. It's an alarm. It goes off. And you have to run, like you said, leaking. I'm a grown man leaking, running, like OJ through the airport. This is what goes on. So I understand what you're
I
saying.
don't know
And
that
like you
I'd
said, I
be
just threw the keys down. Huh?
I don't know that I'd be leaking. I reject that.
No, I was leaking.
But
Hey, I was leaking. Hey, it was a
But-
it was a murder. It was a wet scene. It was a wet scene yesterday. But that's what happened. But like you said, the keys just got threw down. I did. So you said, but that's how I'm living my. You just psychoanalyzed my whole life. That's what it is. I'm living my life in a moment where I don't even remember where I put the keys at because I got to piss.
all right. Well, look, I hope that you know what I'm saying, you can muster up the strength to do it for one day. I don't know if maybe going to a rehab or something might be something
No,
that
I
you
don't
might
know.
consider.
I don't do that.
Okay.
Now
I'm not.
and from personal experience, I just want to say that those do not work. They do not work at all. I done been to several, countless.
Okay.
It's a bunch. It's a scam.
Maybe
yours,
maybe it hasn't worked for you yet, and maybe you might want to try it again. But I hope, I wish and hope for the best for you.
hey man, thank you. And you know I always pray for your family. You know every time I talk to you, I let you know. And Wyatt, I will die for y'all family without hesitation. I'm nothing, y'all everything. So that means everybody in your family means way more than me. See what I mean? I'm willing to sacrifice because y'all helped me when nobody did. Thank you, sir.
All right. I appreciate your call, sir.
God bless.
All right. We are not better than you. And I hope that it never comes to you having to give your life for somebody in my family. But I appreciate the willingness that you believe that you have. I appreciate that. Okay. So there's that. I'm glad he cleared that up. I thought it was like a caretaker or, healthcare worker or something like that. He said it's not. So I'm glad he cleared that up. Fame.
Hey, how you doing?
Fame, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pleasant, per usual. At the start of the show, you had asked, was Fame my government name? No, it's not.
Okay.
Fame came, when these podcasts first came out, there was a podcast, and I logged in through my Twitter account, and my Twitter account at the time was Fame Up at Prospect from the Biggie song.
Not aware of that song at all, so, okay.
Oh, yeah, well, there's a line where, there's a song where Puff, Diddy is telling Biggie about how these guys are, scheming on him. And he goes, and then, Biggie tells him, like, yeah, that's my nigga Fame up at Prospect. Nah, that's my nigga. Nah, Love wasn't disrespect. So I took the name Fame up at Prospect because I show love and don't disrespect.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And, and ironically, when I joined social media, my mother was going to Damon Lynch's church, New Prospect Baptist Church. And so I would always say, yeah, my mom goes to church with Dame up at Prospect.
Ah, that's clever.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm glad you caught that. Yeah, I would do that.
So what is?
But yeah,
hold on, I want to ask, but of course you don't have to answer. So what is your government name, if you don't mind me asking?
Edsel.
Edsel?
Edsel. Edsel.
I'm pretty sure you made that up.
No, man, my name Edsel.
I feel like you made that up, but if you say it's Edsel, I'll take your word for it.
And the Rothstein comes from the gambling, the famous gambler, Arnold Rothstein. He fixed the World Series and shit.
Okay.
But I don't know what you guys were talking about today. CK, sorry that he's having these problems. Yeah, Emanuel, that's it. You're king of talk, podcaster, broadcaster, and apparently drug therapist, a clinician or some type of source. We are totally enriched and ennobled at your service to the community.
Okay. Definitely not. Don't be sitting back. Sorry, Janice. Don't be sitting back taking my advice on stuff. Like, get a professional opinion.
Oh, I didn't say. Yeah, I don't know if the the opinion was therapeutic or not, but it was just like, damn. I'm sure he did not log on to his show to have to, listen to niggas crying about their problems. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, we are enriched and noble that you doing that for us. You're a special kind of guy, and you should be held in reverence instead of these insults that these cats be trying to throw at you.
It's all a part of the job. It's all a part of the job.
Indeed. I just want to, we keep talking about Shannon Sharp and whatnot. I want to know who is the person that ganged up the girl, his accuser. Because, this is only a year and a half. And, she went from being, 20 years old, showing off at a gym, trying to have people look at her ass at the gym to getting tens of millions from gaming up a 50-year-old man.
Okay.
Hustled him. She clearly hustled him.
Well,
So, the person who gave her counsel on how to hustle an old dude, kudos to that person.
Well, let me say first, I don't know that she hustled him. But second, all you got to do is just exist. I don't know who. Come on, you on social media, you see that there's a whole, kind of roadmap or step by step, whatever for these girls on how to come up, using their sexuality as a weapon. So, no, all she really had to do, even if she is hustling him, all she had to do was just pay attention to what's going on in the world and look at the girls who are trying to get where she's trying to get, and you're gonna learn how to come up when you get the opportunity.
Emanuel, you're right around. We're around the same generation, so you woke up watching Agri-Country, and Babe Winkleman. I still don't know how to reel in a fish, even though I watched Babe Winkleman. She reeled in a fish with the quickness and reeled in the bag. She put in some extra effort. I don't know if she put in extra effort, but whatever she did, it didn't take 10 years like Cassie.
All she had to do, all she did, it feels to me like she was in the right spot and the right dude pushed up on her. And, that's your winning combination.
Well, part of luck is, preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah.
She was given the opportunity and she was prepared for it. That's all I'm saying. It might be a roadmap, but, out there on social media, but not everybody can follow it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody counseled her real good on how to handle this dude and get the bag up out of him. And that person, whoever it is, somebody suggested it might be a pimp. That's why she didn't take the $10 million.
I don't know.
The $10 million, that's my cut. You got to get your own.
I think it really all depends on who the mark is. Whatever she did with Shannon Sharp probably wouldn't have worked with a whole lot of other people. But there was something about him that, made him probably an easy mark for her. So, it's like you said, it's where opportunity meets preparation or whatever. But there's also some other stuff in there because every dude ain't gonna fall for that. So she got the right one.
Well, yeah, every dude, he knows better to think that a 20-year-old woman, young enough to be one of your grandkids, almost, a woman that young is going to be seriously interested in you.
Well,
that's what his downfall was.
Fame, do you believe, you being you, do you believe that a 20-year-old could manipulate you and put you in a position to take your money? Even if you decided, I see this girl at the gym, she young, she fine, she firm, I want to hit. Do you think that girl could flip it on you and take advantage of you?
No.
Exactly. So it's number one, he put himself in that position. And then number two, something wrong with you to get manipulated like that by a 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old.
Well, like I said before, the dude broke every rule of the game that he talks about on his own show. Every night on Nightcap, that's what he talks about. Athletes getting hustled by women and, or just, family and, people just trying to get their money. And he broke, it seemingly, every rule that he talks about. That's what was so odd about it. That's what's so like, dude, what is your problem? And that girl ain't even cute like that. Very, 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 basic looking for if you like, if you like tall, thin girls. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing special about her. Like, hell, what's that one goofy lady's name? Whoa, Vicky looks better than her.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, the little white girl thinks she's black. Whoa, Vicky. Yeah, she's been on social media for about 10 years now. Yeah, she looks better than her. It's like, damn, Shannon, like that chick ain't even cute like that. Okay. To be paying, to even be discussing money. She's talking $25,000 a cheek. It's like that's when you should have ended the relationship. Like, she ain't even money cute like that. But I digress. I just want to say that it was very good to see you on the in the Buzz feed today. I guess they realized that they got rid of that tyrant, and they can release the unblock people from social media because the tyrant is gone. So good for them. I'll probably be back in there more myself, even though I just kind of just pay attention today. But it is what it is. But Emanuel, always a pleasure, and I'll holler at you soon. Be well. Oh!
That's fame. That's fame. I don't think my reinstatement had anything to do with whoever you're calling a tyrant. Twin.
Bump you, nigga. Yeah, I'm in my dang on Ron Dula voice. Bump you, nigga. Bump you, nigga.
Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Why would you say that to me?
Yeah, I'm about to get my lawnmower started. Bump you, nigga.
Why would you say
think
that to me?
You go stun on my name yesterday. You think I ain't go wait 24 hours for this to come on?
First.
No.
Wait,
no, ain't no hold on.
Yeah,
you should have hold on to that chair a long time ago.
Come on, let's
go ahead, player. This your show. Go ahead,
I don't even know what it means to stunt on your name, okay? You keep forgetting I'm a neutron. So
no, you ain't no neutron. You knew to this. You right. You knew to this, and you know the game, and you knew what you was doing.
But for real. No, I'm for real. What does it mean to stunt on your name?
I'm saying, man, you put me out there and stuff, and hee ha ha, and had the clown show. You had the upper hand. Like, hey, yeah, I got him. What you did yesterday? Remember, you closed the show. Yeah, I got him. Oh, this nigga want to stun on me like you got the upper one, huh?
What did I do?
Remember you said that?
I don't know what I did. Will you tell me what I did?
Remember when I called and everything, I said it's time to go and all that? Oh, yeah, 'cause I just woke up and, I just want to vent for a minute and everything. I dozed off. And then next thing I know, I got to go. And then I hang up. I thought it was another WWF episode. Yeah, I got him and stuff. And you see how I get him? He broadcasting. I was like, oh, this nigga want to stun on me, right?
I don't, Fame. Can I tell you something?
My name's Twin, not Fame.
I'm sorry, Twin. Can I tell you something?
No, man, you bogus, man. Hurt my feelings.
Hold on.
I was in my fee-fees and stuff. I had to go to work.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you don't know what you now you got amnesia or something. You got the Mitch McConnell disease now.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop playing, man. I know you play Xbox and PlayStation, but right now, calm it down right now.
I'm telling you, I don't know what you're talking about.
I called in, to vent for a minute. Next thing I know, I gotta go. I said, the show over? Yeah, it's over. Yeah, I got him. You see how I didn't get it? You see how I got him and stuff? You see, that's how you win. That's what you said when you went off. I think he want to start on my name.
I think you're imagining something that may or may not
There's
have
no
actually
imagination in what I'm telling you. If twin talk ain't no imagination, I can tell you a fairy tale or something like that to get my rocks off.
Twin,
or something.
just so you know, I did not talk to you yesterday.
Who was that, Dave Stinger then?
No, you didn't call my show yesterday.
What show I called then?
I don't know. I thought somebody said you talked to Wyatt.
I talked to Wyatt yesterday.
Yeah.
And I talked to you too.
No.
Stop playing, man. Come on, man. There you go playing. Let's be for real for a minute.
We did not talk yesterday.
Don't worry about it. What was it? What? Tuesday when I talked to you then?
Did you? I don't even think you called me on Tuesday, did you? What did we talk about?
Man, we talked about, what was that we talked about Tuesday?
I don't think you called me on Tuesday.
Probably the shooting on the school and stuff at the little young dude stabbing the white boy. Yeah, we talked about that too.
That was okay. So I talked to you. I'm gonna be honest.
And I talked to you yesterday.
I don't remember talking to you on Tuesday, but
You had that little Lincoln Wear little pump faking ass shirt you had on yesterday, right? It was like gray or something like that, I believe.
No, I did not have on a gray shirt yesterday. No.
What you have on yesterday?
I had on a blue shirt yesterday.
Well, probably no, it wasn't. Go on, you ain't trying to trick me, nigga.
I had on a blue shirt yesterday. Blue shirt.
I don't care.
Blue shirt with the yellow logo on it. I did not.
Okay, afternoon experience,
talk
right?
To you yesterday.
You talked to me for. Come on, we ain't go. Man, come on, man. You talked to me for a hot second.
I did not.
So you lying now?
No.
Man, okay. I know I talked to you yesterday, but don't do that, man. Don't do that, because you said, I got to go. And I didn't even know you was still on the air. It was like 6-something, whatever, and I woke up. I said, let me mess with my boy, man. Next thing I know, you say, hey, I got to go. Yeah, I got him. And when I asked you, was you on the air, you're like, no, I'm not on the air.
Hold on. Is it possible that you dreamed that you talked to me?
I don't dream, man, sometimes.
Everybody dreams. Stop it. Is it possible that you dreamed that you talked to me? Because I'm pretty sure if I talked to you, I would remember it.
Well, if I said something about the wrestling show, you would remember that ASAP. Don't forget about the wrestling show.
But how about we do this? We just accept the fact that it is possible that you dreamed that you talked to me yesterday. And
no, I can't accept that. I can't accept that because I know I talked to you yesterday. Come on, man. All that old Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune stuff, man. I talked to you yesterday, man. Go on with that, man. What's on the menu today, man? What's on the menu?
I haven't really gotten into anything. I was just
talking. I think he pulled up Shannon Sharp earlier and all that and stuff. Yes, he's guilty. He's guilty all outdoorsy, man.
How can you say he's guilty? You don't know that he sexually assaulted that woman.
He ain't sexually assaulted, but
that's what he's being accused of. So how do you say he's guilty?
But as a player, man, look at it. Hey, man, you got kids, right? You got a daughter or son, right?
Yes.
How old is your daughter?
28.
No, you had to guess and stuff. How old is your daughter, man?
28.
Okay, you got a son?
Yes.
Okay. That's your biological daughter?
Yes.
Okay, you love her to the heart. Emanuel, I'm 65. She 28. I'll pull up to Emanuel's Livingston Estate. Baby, who is that? Oh, is that Uncle Jim? No. That's 2020. Who is 2020? That's my sugar daddy. Hold on. What you say? You need some sugar? Because you would have said that. You need some sugar? No, that's my sugar daddy, Dad. Oh, no. You would have set her down like, oh, no, you can't do this. I'm 60-something, she's 28. You would have stopped that.
Right.
And he's 56 and 20. Man, it's sick-minded, man. And that's when, I know you listen to Wyatt. And I respect CK as a man. But when you say, man, you going and all that, you 49, and you'll mess with a 20-year-old, that's nasty, nigga.
But hold on, twin. Let me say, I think I agree with the point that you're trying to make. Okay,
No, you don't, because you go turn your goofy off when I hang up.
No.
So tell me the truth right now.
Let me get it out. I think I agree.
Go ahead, player.
I agree
Go
with
ahead.
the point that I think you're trying to make is that he was way too old to be messing with that woman. Okay, but
Yeah.
just because he was way too old to be messing with that woman doesn't mean that he sexually assaulted her. And that's the accusation, is that he the accusation ain't, oh, he had sex with me and I was too young. If that was the accusation, yeah, he guilty. But the accusation is he sexually assaulted me. He did something to me against my will. Something that I did not want to happen happened, and I'm trying to hold him liable. And you're saying he's guilty. You don't know that he's guilty. Just because he nasty in that way doesn't mean he's sexually assaulting people. So that's what I'm saying.
True.
That's the difference.
That's true. That's true. Because let me tell you, you're right. You're right. You're right. You shut me down. You're right. Because let me tell you, when I invite you into my establishment and everything, I've been messing with you around consensual sex and all that type of thing, and we in my bedroom, I'm in your bedroom, no holds barred. Hey, I don't care. We doing 69, 71, 68. If I don't do 69, I owe you one. It's a freak nasty thing going off up in here. So whatever you want it, whatever, it's us. So you can't say I did this and all that, and it seemed like to me, Emanuel, it's a payback.
Wait,
it seemed like
hold on.
Skip Bailey.
Wait, let's walk it back just a little bit. You might be taking what I said a little too far. I'm not saying that it's impossible that he did it, like, oh, she consented, so now I can do everything. If she says no, then stop. You ain't got no business doing it.
No means no.
Okay.
I'm not no damn raper, man. No means I understand.
Okay.
Come on, hey, man, I understand that. No means no, baby. You don't want this. Okay. How you want it? Tell me how you want it. Tell me how you feel. Tupac song. And then, I'll go with that. But I ain't.
How did that go again?
Come on, I ain't gonna go. Shut up, you man. You get on that. But I'm not gonna go that far, man. Baby, you say no. Hey, no. I'm stop and stuff. I'm feel like I'm raping you, a pervert or something like that.
Okay.
We got to be compatible about this and everything. We got to go with the flow. How you want it, baby? Hey, you want it from the sides, from the back, from the up, top, and all that.
I don't need all the options.
I'm just saying, I ain't gonna go doing all that. But I respect the game. All right, hold on, folks. Hold on. Yeah. So I respect the game, but man, I can't go, man. I can't go, man. Like, I'm 50 and she 19 and all that. I can't go, man. And that's why I can't respect CK on that. He talking about he'll go and all that. No, man. You dealing with a baby, man. Because I got a 23-year-old and a 12-year-old. The hell I look like, man? He gang banging for real on the issue.
Okay.
What's up, folks?
Huh?
What up?
What's your birthday present?
Oh, that's me?
Are we still talking?
Yeah. All right, gangster. All right, one look.
All right.
Nigga, real gangster.
Yeah.
I don't.
All right, hey, man, hold on. I ain't done, man. What else on the menu, man?
Nothing. That's it. That's it. I was talking a little bit about being back on the Buzz chat. That's really about it.
Yeah, I was surprised that you and stuff. Who asked you kids?
Who what?
Who asked you kids to get on there and stuff? How much you pay? You had a consulting fee or something? What you do?
Look, sometimes people just do the right thing. And
you're right.
That's it.
As a man, I understand that. And you did it as a man. Well, hey, and I've been, because I was shocked. I'm like, no, somebody playing with Emanuel. Hey, this ain't Emanuel. And then I seen that peanut here. I was like, oh, yeah, that's Emanuel. He talk like that. And I have to respect that. I'm glad you in the chat, And it was shocking to me, though.
It was shocking to me,
so, because I had to talk smack. I'm talking me, whatever. This twin. And so I'm like, oh, Emanuel, I'm like, who did this? I'm like, what did Emanuel do? He done bent over for a guy. I got the phone. You know, bent over. What he do?
Are you sure you should be talking about people bending over in front of your people?
Man, folks can't hear me. You on another stage. But yeah. But it was good seeing you in the chat and stuff, because you talk your 1 and 2 and all that. But it was good seeing you in the chat or whatever. I don't know how much you paid to get back up in there, but there's something to it. I don't know. I guess next week we'll be seeing you in the studio.
Probably not.
You unpredictable. Hey, you unpredictable, man. Hey,
What?
next thing you know, you be too unpredictable. You be in the studio next week.
I'm glad you fixed that.
Doing the switches, whatever. Tara's gone on vacation. No chat. Hey, who's that over there? Little coolie foolie hat on and everything. But no, it was good seeing you in the chat and everything. I talk my smack on you, man. Gotta respect you, man. And, even though you ain't let me in, I was in my feed yesterday and everything. But
again, I did not talk to you yesterday. But okay.
Yes, you did, man. Quit trying to hypnotize my mind, man.
All right.
Hypnosis and all that.
Hey, I appreciate.
I got you, folks.
Appreciate your call.
No, you don't, because you go talk smack when I hang up. What else on the menu, man? Before I hang
that's
up,
it,
give
man.
me
Go
30
enjoy
seconds.
your people. It's birthday? Whose birthday is it?
A belated birthday present for.
Ah, okay. Go get your birthday present, man.
I already got it, man. I'm standing on it right now. Big ass dumb speaker and stuff. Need somebody careful. All right, folks, I got you, gang.
All right.
Well, GD, I'm hollering to you. All right, folks, I got you.
Sometimes it's just time to go. You got your big speaker. Enjoy your big speaker. All right. Constitution. So when I did not hypnotize that man. I did not hypnotize that man. Oh, I was entertained yesterday. That was fun. Oh, Carolyn says, you about to be on the menu as soon as you hang up. Oh. What you say, Janice? I bet most of these busters who talk most about sex can't screw. Oh, Janice, I don't know that I like to hear you talking about screwing. I don't know that I can't screw their way out of a wet paper bag. They really think they're doing something. I'd like to ask their women, but we also know women lie. He was giving us all the options. Woo! We didn't need to know. We didn't need to know all of that. We didn't need to know all of that. I meant to ask him a question. I'm not going to say what the question was, but I meant to ask him a question. It came into my mind, and then it left my mind because he moved on to something else. But yeah, he's a character. I like Twin. You didn't hypnotize him, but you did gaslight him. I did not. I don't even know what that means. Carolyn says, a big speaker for a little A apartment. Hey, that's the best. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing. I'm talking about anyone who says unpredictable. He did it, threw me off, and he corrected it. He corrected it, and so I was happy with his correction. I was very much happy that he corrected it. Ron says, Ep around and did that Jedi Patrick twice. I don't know what y'all talking about. Oh. Woo. All right. Constitution. When y'all want to start reading this Constitution? When do y'all want to start reading this Constitution? I can't do it today because I'm about to get out of here. But is there a particular day that we want to start reading the Constitution? And do we want to just read it like, Article 1 on Tuesday, Article 2 on Wednesday, Article 3 on Thursday? Or do we want to do like Tuesday, Article 1, then the next Tuesday, Article 2, then the next Tuesday, Article 3? Like, do we want to set a constitutional day? Or do we want to, just boom, knock it out? And as I read the Constitution, or as we read the Constitution, I guess technically I'll be doing most of the reading. I'm going to try to, put the text of the Constitution on the screen so you guys can read along. But even if not, I have my Constitution, and I'll read it, and but I want us to talk about it, to kind of analyze it, to some degree, to become Supreme Court justices as we interpret the Constitution. So we do Article 1. I want us then to read the text of it and then break it down and interpret what we just read to the best of our ability. And, of course, different people will have different interpretations, so there won't be a right and a wrong. Well, there might be some wrong, but, we'll be able to look at it and break it down and determine what we think it means. So I'm asking y'all what y'all want to do. And when I do it, I would love some feedback, some participation from you guys as well. Ron.
I think we need to figure out what we want to see in the new Constitution instead of reading the old one.
Well, that might be a practice or a exercise that we do after we've read the current Constitution. But I think the reason why I'm doing this, Ron, and for anyone who don't remember, I was listening to the Lincoln Ware show, and there was some conversation on the Lincoln Ware show, and people were saying things. People don't understand how government works, and they don't understand, because we don't know the Constitution. A lot of people have never read the Constitution, and I'm being honest, I've never read the entire Constitution. And so, yeah, I just
ain't nobody have in this century.
Well,
they ain't telling a lie.
We're going to, on this show, we're going to read the entire Constitution to attempt to get a good understanding of it. And then maybe after we do that, we can go back and we say, what would we like to add, or what would we like to change or amend? So, yeah.
Yeah. We gonna have to amend some constitutional rights, without a doubt, with all that AI shit coming up and the new things that they're doing, it's just a mess. So, how about how you think the president is doing right now? You always ask me.
Well,
how you think?
It all depends on what we're talking about.
In general,
I don't think he's doing a good job.
Okay. Why?
I think the president kind of disregarding the Constitution, the Supreme Court, laws and rules and such.
Well, wait.
Okay.
How is he disregarding the Supreme Court?
Well, one of the things was when he was told to facilitate getting that guy back, who they
he can't facilitate that.
That's not true.
He was here illegally.
It's not true.
They deported him to his country, his country of origin, and the country of origin said, no, we're not sending him back there.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, what's up now?
Who are you talking
All right.
What?
Oh, I'm talking about my neighbor across the street.
Oh my goodness. Well, what you're saying could be true. I don't know that it is, and I don't believe that it is true.
Well,
though.
is it? Well, why is it necessary for us to get him back? Why is this such a priority?
Well, I would
for us to get somebody that came over here illegally back.
Well, I would say that it's necessary because he's been ordered to do it, and no man is supposed to be above the law. Number one.
But
hold on. Number two.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Number two, there's a thing about due process. Like, you can't just snatch people up and deport them with no due process. If we make that okay,
So,
Ron, hold on.
So-
If we make that okay, they can just come and grab you tomorrow, and you be in Venezuela tomorrow night with nothing. And them saying,
asinine.
"Hey, we thought he was illegal. He got a tattoo, and so he could be illegal without giving you an opportunity to say, I'm not illegal."
So, the deporter in chief didn't have all that due processing when he was deporter in chief.
Hold on. Say that again. Who?
The deporter in chief, Barack Obama, did not have a hearing for everybody that he deported.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Just so that I understand, we're no longer talking. We've jumped in a time machine.
Okay, but
and we went back to.
I'm drawing a comparison.
Okay.
I'm drawing a comparison. So he didn't have that type of problem when he was the porter in chief, and for 8 years.
So let me ask you this.
Why do you think that Trump is having so many issues with people are deporting people?
Was that the whole question?
Yeah, I mean, why would you think Trump is having such a difficult time deporting people when Barack Obama, the deporter in chief, didn't have no problem deporting people? We didn't even know he was the deporter in chief.
Okay. Well, let me say this.
No. I want you to answer the question. I want you to answer the question. Why do you think that he's having such a problem when Barack Obama didn't?
Do you actually want me to answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Will you let me answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
But as long as you answer the question and not try to spin off and answer another question. Don't give me no straw man stuff.
I might answer 3 or 4 questions.
Okay.
Because I'm skilled like that. First.
Okay.
I don't necessarily accept that Barack Obama was illegally deporting people without due process.
Oh my goodness. How are you illegally deporting people? How are you illegally deporting people? If they came over here illegally.
How do you, because the question first let me answer the first question, okay?
Jesus.
Can I answer the first question now?
Come on, man.
But I think the reason that Donald Trump is having the problems that he's having is because he's not doing it the right way. And what's
the right way?
So you don't want me
what's the right way?
You don't want me to answer. You really don't want me to answer. You just want to talk and not allow me to answer a question.
No, you said he's not doing it the right way. He's doing it the exact way that Barack Obama did.
Okay. Hold on. Now so since you want to address that, how many people who were potentially citizens or here legally did Barack Obama deport?
You answered my question. You answered my question with a question.
No,
and you
I tried to answer your question, I think 3 times, and you kept jumping in with a different question.
And it's a simple answer.
So
You know, it's a
hold
simple
on.
answer.
Let's be clear.
Why would you?
Which question do you want me to answer? Number one, and then number two.
I want you to
hold on,
answer.
wait.
Why do you think
Ron.
Okay.
Which question do you want me to answer? And number two, you have to actually give me an opportunity to answer it.
Okay. I want you to answer this question.
All right.
Why in the world did Barack Obama not have any problem being the porter in chief, deporting all of those illegal immigrants to the origins of their home country? And why do you think that Donald Trump is having that problem?
Okay, is it my turn?
It's the same scenario, but they're treated different. Why?
Okay, is it my turn to answer?
I guess I should say.
Can I answer?
I should say that. I guess I should say it that way. Go ahead.
All right. Now you have to not interrupt me and allow me to answer the question. Okay.
Okay.
The reason that there's a difference is because there was a court order to not. There were no court orders where Barack Obama was associated. No, you got to let me answer. No, you got to let me answer. Come on. No.
You started this off not true.
No, you got to let me answer the question. You got to let me answer the question. Okay, I'm not even going to try to answer no more questions because I get 6 words in and then you jump in so you don't ever get an opportunity to hear the answer.
All right, go ahead, man. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Because there was no court order that Barack Obama violated in deporting the people that he deported. And there was a court order that Donald Trump violated in deporting who he deported. Thus, the difference.
What's the court order that he defied?
They told him do you want me to answer? They told them, do not send that dude to Venezuela, turn the plane around, and come back. That was the order. And they defied that order.
Okay, you're talking about one specific case.
It don't matter. Yeah, we're talking about one specific case because that's what we're talking about.
See, you're talking about a specific case. I'm talking about, in general, how come Barack Obama did not have the problems that the current president is having deporting illegal immigrants? That was the question.
And I answered it.
No, you didn't. You answered a question about a particular immigrant.
That's the reason why he's having the problem. Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
All right.
In your mind, in your
Okay.
mind, what problems is Donald Trump having deporting people?
Every step of the way.
Name them. What's the problem that he having?
The judge in that case didn't even have jurisdiction for what he was doing and for what he was when he was deporting that individual. That state federal judge did not. That he wasn't even in that state. Federal judges around the country, they're judge shopping around the country, are putting up obstacles for the president to jump through and to
like what? What obstacles are they putting up?
Obstruct the fact of they're filing lawsuits, and they're filing federal court lawsuits, not even in the states.
Hold on, judges don't file lawsuits.
The attorneys are filing lawsuits,
okay,
and the judges are putting up obstacles.
So then, let's use some deductive reasoning here, because I know you're a smart dude, right?
So
you don't want to use deductive reasoning.
No. Because I take that back. Because it's no arguing with you on that point because you want to take and stick with that point, and
I want to actually talk about facts.
I'm asking really a basic question, and you're not giving me an answer. You want to try to give a partisan answer.
You don't want to hear the answer.
The fact is it's a rhetorical question. The fact is
well, if it's a rhetorical question, then you don't want the answer.
The deporter in chief did not have nowhere near, and like I said, we didn't even know he was the deporter in chief.
Ron,
we didn't have no idea.
May I say something?
Let me finish first.
Okay,
Let me finish first. We didn't have no idea that Barack Obama was the deporter in chief. We didn't have no idea who was being deported and the deportations that were going on in the Obama administration. We didn't have no idea.
Okay.
And the fact of that this president has to battle ongoing federal lawsuits that are just really frivolous. It's just ridiculous. It's like the current market. The markets, up and down. They've been up.
You're trying to change the subject now.
The billionaires influence the markets. They influence the markets.
I just want you to know it's not going to work.
The billionaires are who have products being assembled other places and giving it back or getting it back to the United States.
What does that have to do with
our tax dollars and taking our taking our money? I'm saying.
What does that? Tell me what that has to do with Trump illegally deporting people.
What I'm saying is, it's really a trip that he's doing everything that he said he was going to do. He said he was going to do these things.
Well, he's not doing everything he said he was going to do.
Okay, fuck it. He's doing the things that he said that he would do.
No, he's not.
If he got back into the White House.
Not.
Now you gonna say the price of eggs and all that other shit.
Yeah, the stuff that he said he was gonna do.
Like I said.
But just so you know, you still haven't changed the subject. I'm coming back to your immigration subject.
Amen. Immigration is down to 98%.
Okay, now I'm going to answer.
Wait.
No. You wait. No, you wait. You filibuster.
Now,
you wait.
Gas is continuing.
I don't want to hang up, Ron. I want us to have a respectful dialogue, okay? But you got to, I have to be able to talk. I have to be able to talk.
Go ahead.
All right. So since we're going in the time machine, when Barack Obama was the president, apparently people were not filing lawsuits challenging his deportations. When Donald Trump is the president, people are filing lawsuits. Apparently, Ron, they're filing lawsuits with merit because even the Trump administration has admitted that they made a mistake in deporting that dude. So if they made a mistake in deporting that dude, then they're clearly messing up somewhere.
Okay, no, he clearly messed up. Now,
that's why we talking about it. You shouldn't accidentally deport people.
Wait a minute, they not messing up. They not messing up. They messed up. Okay,
They're probably
Okay, they-
still.
they- wait.
No. They're
They
still
deported the
messing
one.
up because he's not back here,
Okay.
and they've been ordered to
Okay,
facilitate
okay,
getting him back here. So
okay.
they are actively
but
messing
that's
up.
full of shit. That's that lame ass bullshit.
There's nothing lame about it.
Shit.
He's been ordered by the court to do something that he's refusing to do. That is lame, but it's lame on his part.
Hey.
It's not lame of us to expect the president
it's
to
lame as
actually
fuck.
obey the law.
It's lame as fuck because you gonna sit there and these motherfuckers sitting there willing to die on that same motherfucking hill. How long are we gonna sit there and say, oh, we gonna sit there and complain till he come home? Where he coming home to? He got an order to deport. If he come home, the motherfucker get deported again.
Well, then
He
give
has
him
an
his
order
due
to
process.
deport.
Give him his due process and deport him, but do it the
He
right
don't
way.
have no due process.
He does.
He does.
They admitted, your people admitted that they made a mistake. Don't be mad at me because they admitted that they made a mistake. How you mad at me?
Nigga.
Because your people made a mistake.
Nigga. Okay. He has an order to deport. When he comes back here, if he get back here, he had due process, and they said he has to go back to his country of origin. He has an order to deport.
And that'll be challenged. And then he'll get his due process.
Yeah. So you're willing to die on the same stupid ass hill that they was willing.
No, they're willing to die on the hill of deporting of upholding the mistake that they made, and you're willing to die with them on that hill for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason is.
I'm willing to leave
You
his
even
ass
brought
deported.
Barack Obama into it. Barack Obama
Was
ain't been in
supposed to
office
be
in how long?
deported. If he was supposed to be deported, he was supposed to be deported. Period.
Then why not just just go through the process the right way?
And if he go back, I ain't gonna even argue that shit. This is what I'm saying. You know, this shit is like this shit with Shannon Sharp. First of all, I think that motherfucker faked it, but you know, that's a whole nother story. But it's a trip how, you know, you was talking about those parents that had that case up in the Supreme Court, were reading them books and shit to the elementary school kids and shit. And you know, it's a trip that that shit was going on the whole fucking 4 years that Biden was president. And motherfuckers didn't say shit about, you know, all those are our kids, and they shouldn't be, you know, doctrinized with all of that other stuff, you know, all that sexuality stuff. No, everybody went with it. They rolled with that shit.
No, they
Everybody
didn't.
roll with that
Ron,
shit.
they didn't.
Everybody roll with that shit.
Ron, maybe you don't understand. Maybe you don't understand how the legal system works.
The left and the Democrats roll with that shit.
No, maybe you don't understand how the legal system works.
They had
that
the
means
transgenders
there was
at
a
the
lawsuit,
White House,
and it went through all of the stages,
they can get
and
the
it is just now getting to the Supreme
your
Court.
Parents don't have to know.
See, this is why we're going to read the Constitution.
All of that shit.
Ron.
All of that shit.
Ron.
And I heard, and wait a minute, hold on.
No,
and
Ron.
I heard,
Ron.
and I heard,
Ron.
hold on.
Ron.
And I heard,
Ron.
Ron. What?
There was a lawsuit. The lawsuit made its way through the court and to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
There was. Let me finish my Ron. Ron, you gotta let me finish my statement. You got to.
Okay,
bro.
go ahead, man.
The president, just like right now, Donald Trump can't just unilaterally decide what's going to happen.
Wow.
Neither could the former president.
Wow.
He could not
Wow.
have just jumped up
Wow.
and said, hey,
Wow.
this
Yeah.
is
But
what we're
ain't nobody
gonna
have
do.
no problem with that shit
Because
then.
the law is in place.
But wait.
Oh, my God.
The thing about it is, ain't nobody have that problem with that shit.
Who didn't have what problem? What are you
4 years
talking about? There was a lawsuit. It was going through the process. What are you talking about?
No, we went through 4 years of that transgender shit. The people in California losing their parental rights, having their parental rights not honored, in the fact of they would not let the parents know if the male or female were what's that word?
Something you about to make up because it's not true.
Turning gay. No, I don't. Man, nigga, you know I got a phase. I gotta find the right fucking word.
No, it's not even about finding the right word. What you're saying is not true. Those parents didn't lose their rights. Nobody was sending kids to the hospital to get sex change operations and then sending them back home without the parents knowing.
California didn't do that
happen.
shit. California didn't do that shit.
No, they didn't.
You a lie.
No, I'm not. That did not happen.
You a flat out lie. And it's a trip
happen.
You a flat
Give me
out
one
lie.
case, Ron. You can prove me wrong. Ron, you can prove me wrong. Give me one case where a kid went to school, the school sent the kid to the hospital, gave the kid a sex change operation, and then sent the kid home without telling the parents. Give me one example of that. Just one.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that shit. I did not say that shit, and you a liar for trying to make that shit seem that way.
That's exactly what they were saying, and that's what you were trying to reach for when you couldn't find the words. You were trying to parrot that nonsense.
Don't you put words in my mouth. You a liar when you say that shit. You a flat out liar.
I'm telling you, you're not fooling with me. You're not fooling me.
What I said was
what?
When you 13 or above,
right?
They did not have an obligation to tell those parents that those students were experiencing any sort of homosexuality things, or they didn't have to tell them about any of their sexual conversations in the state of California. That's what I fucking said.
Well, that's not what you said.
That's
not what you said.
Hold on.
But it's not what you said. Just so we clear, that's not what you said.
Oh, nigga, that's what it. But that's what I was trying to say, and you trying to say I said something else. I didn't say that shit you said.
That's what you meant.
But if I didn't say that shit, why would you put that shit on me? What you said?
Because you said it.
Why would you put that shit on me? Because I didn't say that.
You did. They said it in the debate, and then you parroted it. But Ron, I want to end on a good note. Ron, I want to end on a good note. What day do you think the Constitution should be? Just straight through, or should there be a day of the week where we read it?
Day of the week.
Okay.
Day of the week.
Okay.
Day of the week for Fridays.
Fridays. Oh, okay.
Fridays.
Hey,
come and discuss it on Monday when we all hearts and minds are clear, and we done had some time to get rid of your bullshit.
Ron,
nigga.
I appreciate your call, sir.
Bye.
All right. Oh, that's Ron. Yeah, since I wasn't allowed to answer none of those questions, let me say this, man. Y'all got me again. I said that I was gonna leave by 5 o'clock because I had something to do. And y'all done tricked me. I'm here late again. Blade,
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
how you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. Like your show, buddy.
Well, thank you, sir.
Hey, I don't want to get into all the legal leads thing, but good show, man. I think everybody's right in their own eyes. You know what I mean?
Okay. More than likely.
Yeah, but you bring out the facts and stuff. But I ain't trying to be funny or nothing. I hope Ron don't take offense. I think he go too hard for Trump and naked aliens. Trump is messing up a lot, man. He think he's a king, and he's not really following the rules. If he followed the rules, maybe it would go smoother for him. But you know, he's rushing because I don't know something. I guess something's about to happen. I don't know, but America needed not catching up with European laws. You know, Interpol and international laws, because the Interpol can come over here and snatch you up too. And they don't need America's assistance. They could just come snatch you up and nobody know where you at. You know what I'm saying? For the world court. So I think he's trying to catch up with them.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't. I'm not all that familiar with Interpol and you know their
International law.
Their power and all of that kind of stuff. No, I'm not all that
Just
familiar with that.
Just like international law wants your boy, the world court wants him for hate crimes. The president over in Israel.
Mm-hmm. Netanyahu.
Yeah, they want. Yeah,
but I don't. But again, if Interpol could just go anywhere around the world and snatch people up, they would have went and arrested him. So I'm not.
Well, they
sure
wait for they're waiting for the good opportunity, but really they can't touch him right now because he's kind of too powerful. Because they know America got his back, and if they touch him, you know America would do something about it.
Okay. I don't know if that's true, but you said it, and
It's true.
You believe it.
Because America is still the bully, but America is losing its power. Hey, I want to tell you, man, it really took courage for a real man to come on and tell the whole world about his problem. CK, so I want to tell you that's and then for somebody to come on and make a light of his situation. They need to apologize. You know what I'm saying? Because how many people can come on and tell a stranger their personal problems like that? And he wasn't playing character. He was being himself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad even though you're not a psychiatrist or a drug doctor or whatever, you try to help him out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I try.
And then for anybody to come on and make light of that, they need to apologize. You know what I'm saying? They want people to apologize to them. They get grimy when people do talk about them. They need to get grimy and apologize. And I want to tell you, man, have you ever listened to Charleston White?
I have.
Huh?
Yes.
He's a real black hater. And I noticed, this is just my own personal feeling, there's 3 people that come out of Texas that hate black people. Charleston White, he's real dangerous. I think he's an agent. Charleston White, Lawrence, and Brent Beard. To me, deeply, they really hate black people because when you look at Brent Beard's comments all day long in the text on your little feed in Lincoln's feed, he's always down in black men. So I really think he has a personal problem. I think he really hate black men because I guess he wants them to be the image or likeness like him. Everybody's different, man. But I noticed them cats in Texas, they real live haters, man. You know how Lawrence was.
I do.
And you listen to Charles White. Did you see Charleston White last video when he was on the with the Klan and talking about if somebody paid him $1 million or the right nigger on his chest or his forehead, he said no, he would do it for $100,000. And him and he hates.
I did see that. Yeah.
Black people. Yeah, the latest video. He hate black people deeper than the Klansman was. And when you see that, man, that shows you black people like that, they need to be dealt with. And I notice them cats in Texas, they really don't care too much about black folks.
All right.
That's just my personal opinion. And also, read that Constitution, because I think in a couple more years it's going to be It's going to be a new Constitution. And in that new Constitution, they're going to put a purge. And Negroes that, like in Texas, Charleston White and Lawrence and Brent Beard, they need to really be dealt with. Hey, have a good one.
All right, Blade. That was Blade. Now, hold on. Let me close this up and open it again because it started doing that thing. I really should just leave it closed because the show is over. I've listened to a number of things that Charleston White has said and seen him on interviews and all of that kind of stuff. I don't agree with a lot of what he has to say. But I understand, I think I understand his strategy. And it could be he an agent type of thing. Or it could be I don't even know how to put it. Like, it could be, the stuff that he says could be taken either way. Like, he's trying to help us. He's trying to be real with us. Like, he's giving us medicine that don't taste good, but it's going to help us if we take it and let it do what it's intended to do. So when he talks about how bad black people are, I'm not sure if he's just saying black people are bad just for the sake of saying that black people are bad, or if he's saying black people are bad to get black people to look at themselves and say, there's some truth to what he's saying. I think he goes overboard with it. And I think he participates, or at least it's been said that he's participated in things that are detrimental to us. And so, that whole idea that a lot of people have that is going to take the worst of us to fix us, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't really, because I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? For me, I don't need you cussing me out, telling me I ain't S, talking about how the Klan is right and they should be killing us and all of this and all of that. I don't need you to do that to get me to realize we got some issues that we need to work on. But just because I don't need it, I don't know, maybe somebody need it. And maybe that's his intention, but maybe his intention is, just to be a fire starter and just create chaos, and to elevate that thought of us in terms of negativity and to kind of feed that to us. So you're like feeding, instead of medicine, it's actual poison. So I don't know what's in the spoon. Is it medicine or is it poison? Because it could be either. I'm not sure. So I kind of, I don't know. I don't like the stuff that he says, though. I can tell you that. Even though I can see some truth in it. That's about as far as I'm going to go right now. Brent.
Who is Charles White?
You know who he meant.
No. Who is Jimmy Carr?
You know who
is
he
Bruce
meant.
Wayne?
Well, I don't know who Jimmy Carr is Blade. Bruce Wayans or whatever is Blade. Those are Blade. Charleston White is the guy who he was talking about. And
that ain't what he said. So you cannot say with a high level of certainty that's what he's talking about.
I can say with a very high level of certainty.
He could be talking about the guy to live off of Redden Road, Charles White.
I can say with a very high level of certainty that is who he's talking about. Because I didn't watch the whole video, but I saw the video where he was saying the thing about, they wouldn't have to pay him that much to get a tattoo and all of that kind of stuff. So I know who he was talking about.
Sometimes it's just too easy with some of these simple dudes, because where to start? He's a vampire, first of all, right? He's a day walker. We saw when he came to the live remote that he likes getting 2 beers at one time, and he has childbearing hips per Raven Monday, and that was just perfect with her saying that. And we know that he's a functional illiterate. I didn't dime him out. He dimed his own damn self out with all the different burner accounts, and I'm convinced the reason why he has so many is because he forgets the passwords because he can't spell. And that's a damn shame, because they can get help for that. There's a lot of people out there willing to help functional illiterates, and sadly, he's not the only one that calls into your show or Lincoln's show, but they just hate it. I don't know why they hate it so much when people actually strive to achieve a level of education that they can, speak coherently, type coherently, and even learn how to use spell check. But one part of it I think that we tend to leave out, too, that joker has some thick-ass glasses on, too. So maybe that plays in the function of why he can't read very well. But
can't we all get along?
Yes, we can, but Blade can't get along with Julie Johnson, and after he had her name all in his mouth, that she got on there and told him that she could buy and sell him twice, that punk didn't say her name for a long-ass time. So no, I ain't got no problem with Blade. He can continue to say the stupid shit that he says all the time. And that's fine, but we know who he is and who he ain't, and it definitely ain't smart. He ain't live in Indiana. He ain't married. His wife didn't have a Chick-fil-A because you can't sell Chick-fil-A. That just doesn't happen. Just basic stuff like that. So yeah, Blade, enjoy yourself. If you get off. If that's your fetish, just don't make me your fetish, because no Diddy there. But, yeah, have fun with it, because I'm going to have fun joking you every time you pop up and say something stupid like you do on a regular basis. So,
all right.
Is that it? Oh, yeah, and the Constitution.
Yes.
Don't let them jokers read it. Make sure you have a reading comprehension test. Have them read a sample, and if they can't read through it, no, don't let them do it.
No. When I say I'm going to read it, I'm going to put the text up on the screen. Mm-hmm. I'm going to read it. But when I say I want participation, I don't mean in doing the reading. I mean, as we go through and attempt to interpret what we've just read, I want to hear from people. What do you think that means? That's what I mean, participation.
Yeah, and on the days, not Tuesday, because, if we do Tuesday, that's going to take up practically the whole show. And, we have Friday, and then we have Monday, and, we can't wait until Wednesday for the wrestling report, because LaDonna will start, cutting and punching at the air and everything. We don't want that. We don't want them problems there. But, there are just some folks who just hate people who show a little bit of intelligence, which is just, but a lot of times they hate it just because they just that dumb. And I can't help to point out the dumbness that they say. It's obvious. A competent third grader can point out, like, what's wrong with him? And like, yep, exactly. So,
all right.
So yeah, and Twin, the fake gangster, he's perping. His whole steez is an act. He ain't no real gangster. He ain't been. Well, he probably been to jail, and he probably gave up his cornbread. But if you went to jail for drug charges, you would have a felony. And if you had a felony, you can't be no damn security guard. And if you had all this money that you said you was making and everything, why are your dumb ass stocking milk on the third shift now? Make it make sense.
Okay,
so, Twin,
I'm confused
you
about
can
what
get
you
it too.
just said, and maybe I missed some of those details.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, I got people all in Chicago if Twin did anything in Chicago was being a lookout and got caught snitching and got ran out. So, Twin, you the same one of them dudes. You functionally illiterate too. You've proven that time and time again. So it's all good.
Can we all get
along? Yes, we can all get along when you and Lincoln have your stale ginger snap and brown liquor summit. I'm surprised Oh, is that your phone?
It is, but I'm
okay.
Hold on.
Oh man, that's loud. Is that a bill collector?
No, it's that my phone connected to the computer, and so my phone rang, and it rang on the computer.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no.
Twin
moved from Chicago and try talks a little street lingo and then just makes stuff up as he goes along. He's a novelty act in Cincinnati because a lot of the people in Cincinnati, especially the older people, that seems interesting to them. But when you scratch past the surface, I'm gonna have to
create a rule where callers can't talk bad about other callers. You can only talk bad about their ideas or something like that. I don't like it when we go in on each other, about our physical appearance or even our intelligence or, our childbearing hips or, whatever. I don't like it when we do that. I like a good.
But what if it's true?
It don't matter if it's true.
Oh my goodness.
It don't help. Like, okay, him having, let's assume, I've never seen him, so let's assume he got childbearing hips. How do that help the conversation, whatever the conversation is, how do that help the conversation along? And,
it greases the skills with jokes.
Huh?
So in between the information, throwing little jokes, just like a typical pastor would do.
I don't know, at the expense of your brother. I don't know that you throw in jokes, and he is your brother.
Hold on. Are vampires our brothers?
He's clearly not an actual vampire, so he is your brother.
You can't convince him otherwise that he ain't one.
He is your brother.
So maybe I'm guessing he used echolocation to make it around when he does make it around. So, but yeah, no different than Rick Jr. saying he lives in Dallas, which he doesn't, or specifically Rowlett, which he obviously doesn't. So, yeah, no problem. I think we could keep it to ideas. So ideas with Twin thinking that Donald Trump can do no wrong, that's stupid.
Yeah, we can attack his ideas. Yes.
Yeah, that's a stupid idea. Pretty stupid. So yes, I have to come up with a list of stupid ideas.
Okay.
Twin, you get on the phone and you crash out on 3 different shows that I know of. So you can be patient and wait. In fact, it's time for the wrestling report. What did we miss? We missed from SmackDown on the day before WrestleMania. Well, no, we ain't going to talk about SmackDown. But no, that's it. That's all I got.
All right. Brent, enjoy the rest of your day, sir.
All right, you too.
All right.
Bye.
Let me see. Ken, I did go back. I saw your comment, but it just went. I can't read it now, but Ken was saying basically the Constitution ain't got nothing to do with black people. And so, look, we are here. We live in this country, and we are subject to the laws and rules and the rights under the Constitution. So we're going to learn them, and that's going to be that. We're going to hear them, and we're going to learn them. Fame?
This Twin, man. Hey, Emanuel.
Wait, how is this Twin when it came up?
No. Let me clarify something. I'm gonna be respectful. Respectful. This your show. This Emanuel show. First of all, Jericho, Jericho, whatever your name is, baby. Why you trying to figure me out and everything else? I've been worked at the airport. You can check my record and Google me if you want to. I don't stunt and lie on these shows for nothing. I be on every show and all that. Y'all try to figure me out for what? You're not going to figure me out. If you want to do it, just send it to Ancestry.com or something. So quit trying to fucking figure me out, man.
Oh my God.
That's what kills me, man. I can get along with all people. Oh, you don't pump fake for nothing. What I got to lie about? What I say?
Look.
I worked at the airport before. Bring Joe Clown and
Twin.
cornbone ass, nigga. You been trying to be on these podcasts and all that. Clown me for no. Oh, Twin been in the penitentiary. Nigga, you want to suck one of them niggas' dick in the penitentiary?
What?
Nigga, because all you talk about.
Twin.
No.
Yes,
I'm about to flame his goof ass because you sit up there and let this shit ride.
Twin, I appreciate your call. We getting along.
No, now you appreciate my damn call now.
Yes, I do.
Come on, no, don't do that, man. You let him get his rocks off and shit.
Well,
let him shine and stuff. Don't do that. Don't do that, Emanuel. Why would you do that?
Twin.
Why would you do that, though?
Twin.
Why would you do that? You let him get off for 10 minutes.
Twin.
Now, Twin's
And
time
you
to
were
come on and
Twin,
stuff. It's a problem.
Twin, and you were on for more than 10 minutes. And because
Did I have a front of nigga? Did I have a front of nigga?
Look, you call me back tomorrow. And
we gonna have this argument tomorrow.
No,
let me justify this shit right now. Don't do that, Emanuel. Don't do that.
I gotta go.
I respect you. I respect you. Gotta go. But that's some bitch ass shit, man. It's bitch ass, nigga.
All right. Oh my God. No. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Can't we all just get along? Can't we all just get along? I gotta get ready to get out of here. Oh boy. Y'all make it difficult. I'm telling you, we gonna have a rule: no personal attacks. No personal attacks. You can attack ideas, but not people. Because I don't know that it's productive on any level. But I appreciate y'all. I'll let y'all know for sure about the Constitution. We're going to read the Constitution. We're going to read the Constitution. All right? I don't know if it's going to solve anything, but we going to read it. Y'all, relax and enjoy the rest of your evening. Apparently, a lot of people are bent out of shape. I don't know if it's the weather or what. So somebody do something to make somebody smile. Okay. Until next time. I'm not taking that call. Until next time. I'm out, y'all. Peace.